I know who I'm supposed to be doing the readings for. Okay, there we go. Pisces. Next reading is for you, Pisces. All right. So this reading is going to be for Pisces. I'm going to go ahead and roll my astrology dice, and that is going to tell me what the cosmic clarity that you need for right now is. Okay, Pisces. Let's go ahead and roll the dice. All right. Pisces came out again, third house. Okay. So what we have here is first, this is Uranus. Okay. This is big changes. Big changes happening here for you, making a big change. And how are we feeling about it? What's the Pisces? You came out. Okay. Let me pull out these cards so we can use our intuition together because I know you're very intuitive, Pisces. You're going to be able to, if you have any other insight on this, feel free to chime in the chat, leave me a comment, or if you want further clarification, you can always book a reading. Those are open as well. So, Uranus. First card here, radically change. Like I said, big changes are coming up for you, Pisces, in this new moon in Aries season. So when it comes to the new moon energy, that is all about doing the internal work. So that's not, worrying about everybody else and everything else. This is the time to really listen to what is coming from the inside, what is coming in on your dreams. So you're able to understand what's going on right now. Okay. So the second one that came out, like I said, that's Pisces. So the situation that we're looking at is big changes happening. And how are we going about those big changes? With Pisces energy, your intuition, intimacy, compassion. Okay. And with that, we look and see what the last dice is. And the last dice that came out is the third house. So when it comes to the third house is all about your the way that you communicate. It's also related to childhood. Um, Also, let's see. This card here says third house, early learning, childhood, relations, the rational mind, and communication. Okay. So with all this put together, I'm really feeling like Pisces, I feel that you have always been like a very intuitive person, even like from childhood. And the way that you communicate, um, I feel like your communication style had changed. Maybe you had second guessed your intuition. You maybe even had a skewed vision of what intimacy means. So to to really go into intimacy, that is how you are able to understand yourself and how you are able to communicate that with other people. So this is really calling for a big change in the way that you explore that. Like for instance, like if you are somebody who is not in tune with your intuition and your intimacy, that you may have some trouble when it comes to actually being compassionate, and instead of actually telling somebody, hey, there needs to be a change in this situation, that you might just end up ghosting them or something like that. So what I'm saying here is that you're really take that time right now to understand where those behaviors came from, so you can understand why you are the way that you are, so you can make the changes. Okay. So radical changes in the way that you're communicating and connecting with other people, especially those that you love. Yeah. I don't know. Something just came to my mind that, um, in the situation of ghosting, like possibly somebody that you loved when you were younger left your life. So if that's the case, then when you love people growing older, that if you are not able to really get in touch with that intimate side, have compassion for others, that's where lack of communication can happen. Okay. So now we're going to look at tarot cards and we're going to see what pops out that's going to help us with some future guidance going forward with this story of what's going on for you, Pisces. Go ahead and shuffle these cards. Okay, and just like I do a reading in person, first we roll the dice, and then I let you separate the cards. So I'm going to be doing that here for you. So this pile of tarot cards, let's split it into 3 piles. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. First card, 4 of Cups, the Devil, 4 of Pentacles, 4, 4. Okay, 4 is a number of stability. Personally, for me, when I see 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, I feel like that is my ancestors protecting me, connecting with me. So here we go. I mean, this really just goes back to what I was even saying earlier, like the force, and as well as something that happened in the childhood with your family, that the situation had to be, I needed to disconnect. Okay. So, but anyways, so 4 of Cups, the words that we have on here: yearning, disillusion, boredom. This also is a card of like apathy. That's that energy there. So this is telling you, this, like I said, when you're bored of something and you just disappear or leave from a situation, that Uranus energy is asking for a radical change around that. So yes, that's the message here for you, is for you to look at the situations that you're in, especially when it comes to anything about communication. Because 3, I'm seeing that as your communication. 3 also is a number for creativity, which is something that we develop in our childhood as well. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing here, is with that 4 cups being your emotions, 4 being stability. If you are not able to actually handle and understand your emotions, that can become unstable. And this is what is going on here. We need a radical change in our stability. So one answer is to walk away from situations, but the other answer, the other solution, is to actually examine that. And this is actually being backed up here with the Devil card there. Okay, with the Devil, the words on here are desire, obsession, fear, and shadow. So I kind of feel like there was a situation for the Pisces tuning in, that you were connected with a situation, but because of all of the emotions involved with it, that you feared it. You were afraid of your emotions because they're so strong, and also maybe even afraid of your intuition. Pisces, like when you're very in tune with your intuition, your dreams tell you things, the energy tells you things, that you're able to really understand what's going on. So instead of actually communicating about things, that you end up in a situation that you're afraid of those things. Don't be afraid of that. That's your magic power, okay? But you need to learn how to communicate, okay? You need to be able to embody your intuition. And I'm saying that because this next card that comes up, the Pentacles, okay? Pentacles is earth energy, which is your career, that's your money, that's your body, that's your house, that's where you live. So 4, again, being a number of stability, the words on here are security, stability, savings, and foundations. So tying to the 3, like I said, that is your childhood, that is your communication, that is your foundation on how you're able to express, because we feel it inside first, we think it inside, we have those passions and drives, but then it becomes real once we open our mouths and create or say words, make music, whatever it is that you're creating. That's what is represented here by the Pentacles. So when you are in a space where you're feeling not stable, This is calling for you to make that change so you are able to understand where that instability is coming from, where the fears are coming from, and then just knowing that this is your gift, okay? This is your gift, so you don't need to be afraid of it. Let's see the words that are under the cards underneath to further this message here. Three of Cups, Two of Pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so what I'm feeling here, okay, is okay. So, like I said, with this one, that this is boredom, this is walking away from issues, but this is telling you instead of walking away, we need to make the change that Uranus is asking us for, a radical change in situations so we can actually have an abundance of friends, an abundance of family. Like, we don't need to just stick on to one situation, and the minute that it feels weird or you're not sure about things, you just walk away from it. I'm hearing that song when I was a kid. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. A circle is round, it has no end. That's how long I want to be your friend. So there you go, a little bit of singing from me. But yes, like, it's important to keep your circles small if the circles are not supporting you and they don't care about you. But when it comes to the people who do care about you, even if it's just friends, keep them around, because why not have an abundance of joy? Okay. So then, like I said here, because of the joy that you're feeling, Pisces, that it's easy for you to be like, oh, I'm scared. Like, I love these people. I love the situation. I don't want them to leave me. And because of that, you you end connections, okay? Because you're scared. Something that happened as a child, once you get close to people, that you're kind of backing off from them, okay? But here, the guidance that goes with the devil card, instead of being afraid of things, you need to have balance, harmony, balance. Two of Pentacles, you need to embody that. Because what actually happens, like, actually, like, I was listening to something, Carl Jung, recently, and it was talking about our shadows. Okay, when we ignore our shadows consume us. Okay, so we really have to understand our shadows as well as our light, because both of them are you. You exist in both realms. So if you want to shine bright, then you also need to understand your shadows so you can healthily exercise the shadows. Otherwise, what happens is that you just go off the deep end and you live in the shadows, and then it have a hard time seeing the light. I remember reading something about Pisces as well. Like, Pisces are prone to addiction. So when it comes to that, it's because you're wanting to live in this dream world. You're afraid of the life world, the alive world, the living world. So it's easier for you just to live in the shadows, live in the darkness, live in that space. So escapism, that's a big thing there for Pisces energy. So you have to make that choice to really balance it out, understand your shadows, understand where that pain is, understand how you're feeling the hurt that stemmed from your childhood, the way that you communicate, your in communication, non communicating self, like that has stemmed from some kind of abandonment that has happened in the past. So for the future guidance, we have stability to really embody your shadow, to understand that so you can live in the light and the shadow. You don't have to completely take away, like, still have fun, still, but really understand, why do I hurt? Why am I depressed? Why do I have these issues? Why do I abandon people? Why do people abandon me? Those things happen. But the future guidance is to really understand that so you can be stable, you can be in your body, be comfortable in who you are, as well as be that loving self. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, this is more about embodying things. Okay. Like this could be career related because we have pentacles, 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 but I really feel like this is actually referring to you as a person. Yes, you are a spiritual entity that lives inside of this meat suit, but you also are the meat suit. You live on earth. We have to have jobs. We have to do things that take care of us. Okay. But loyalty, charm, wise, loving, embody that. When you realize that, you're um, repeating these same cycles, repeating these same patterns that stem from childhood, regardless of the reason that caused it. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. Yes, it hurt. Yes, it's difficult. You have to deal with it, but you can always just realize what you're doing right now and make a change. Okay, so Queen of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, that is your future guidance here to be loving, be stable, really see where balance is. Like you can see two of these people, they're balancing things. Okay. If you're so far off on this end, then you can't balance on the other end. Okay. So really see where equilibrium is. That doesn't mean avoidance, that doesn't mean abandonment. That just means being able to understand what has happened, make make your rights wrong, make your wrongs right. Flip that around, my bad. But be the queen. If love is coming your way, if care and nurturing is coming your way, we all just want to have a party together. We just all want to clean classes together, okay? But there is blockage here in this middle column, Pisces, in the column for you, that because of the shadows, that it's very hard to balance. So as much as you give love, receive it as well. That's the message for you, Pisces. Awesome. All right. Just had to ring my bell there, clear the energy. I'm going to ring my other bell, actually. There we go. Sounds much better. Thank you. Awesome. Okay.